9-year-old female whose family was referred to CPS after she claimed to be lost and hungry after running away from home. She claims that her mother often drinks and uses drugs, and she also has a 6-month-old sister and a stepfather. She has been diagnosed with bipolar and is currently taking medication, and she wants to live with her grandmother.
Okay, whatever. Hi, Katie. I'm your social worker, and I'll be working with you for the next couple of weeks. And, before we actually get into working with each other, I'd like to get to know more about you. Is that okay?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, well, do you like to draw?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I would like for you to do is to draw me an all about you poster. Draw things that you like doing, who you like hanging out with, and things like that, just so I can get to know who you are.
All right.
That's your grandma?
Mm-hmm.
What's she holding?
Those are presents because she gives me presents all the time. It's kind of why I like her.
So you spend a lot of time with your grandma.
Mm.
Do you live near your grandma?
I live with her.
You live with her?
Mm-hmm.
Who else do you live with?
Well, right now I'm living with my sister Kristen, who is only like 6 months old. I mean, she can't even talk, so it's like as if she's not even there. So I guess I could put her too. She's like a little baby. She just sleeps all the time.
What about your parents?
Not really a fan of my mom. We don't live with her anymore because I didn't want to, and she just drinks and does drugs all the time, and it scares me. So I kind of begged to live with my grandma at this point.
So, does your grandma know how you feel about your mom?
Yeah, because I complain about her all the time.
All the time.
This is Mom. I don't like her very much right now.
You don't? Why don't you like your mom very much?
Because I don't think she really cares about me. She's just selfish.
How's she selfish?
I feel like she just doesn't care about me. Like, I don't know, I make good grades in school. I do what I can. And I'm also always scared. Like, I've been hearing voices, and she just doesn't care. Like, I always tell her that I hear voices, and I get scared at night. I can't sleep, and it's like as if she doesn't even hear me.
That's your mom?
That's my mom.
So what about your grandma?
Grandma's better than Mom, but I mean, yeah, I feel like she'll just do whatever I say, basically. Like, as long as I tell her what I want, she'll give it to me. I don't think she really treats Kristen the same way, but then again, she's a baby, so. Oh, and there's also Jesus.
Who's Jesus?
Jesus is my mom's husband, my mom's current husband, not my biological dad. But, not my real dad. I mean, I don't really love the guy, but he's Kristen's dad, so I guess I'll like him for her sake.
Do you spend lots of time with them?
Yeah, kind of, when I have to.
So what about your friends? Do you hang out with your friends a lot?
I have, like, a couple best friends, but I don't really like them very much.
So who are they?
I have a friend named Lindsay, and I have a friend named Mandy, and that's about it. And they're okay. I mean, I hang out with them at school, but not outside of school. I really only hang out with my grandma.
That's the only person you hang out with?
All right, let's. Hey, Katie, it's so good to see you back here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. How's your week been going?
I guess alright. I got to hang out with my grandma.
You did.
this
You got
week.
to hang out with your grandma.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how was that? What did y'all do?
We went to the park.
The park.
Yeah. And Kristen wasn't there.
Kristen was not with y'all, so it was just you and your grandma.
Yeah. So we had a good time.
And did you see your mom at all this week?
No, I hate her.
You hate your mom.
Yeah.
I remember. So last week we made this drawing, and I saved it because you really talked about how much you love your grandma, and you don't really like to hang out with your mom.
No.
And
My mom's crazy.
you,
She does drugs.
your mom does drugs, and that
Yeah.
is scary for you.
Yeah. And, sometimes whenever I hear things, I've been told, or people tell me, like, I had to do a bunch of these tests. I don't know. I had to go to this doctor all day, and they said I have bipolar, and I think it's because of her. She makes me have bipolar.
You think your mom makes you have bipolar.
Yeah.
And you said that you hear some things, is that right?
Yeah.
What-
Sometimes.
What kind of things do you hear?
I don't know.
It's kind of hard sometimes to tell.
Yeah.
When do you hear them the most?
When I get real mad or think about my mom.
When you get mad and think about your mom, you start to hear voices.
Yeah.
And how does,
Well, I don't know if it's voices, just like somebody like whispering in my ear.
like a little whisper.
Yeah.
And so that happens when you get angry and when you think about your mom.
Hmm.
And
That's why I like going to the park with my grandma.
so you don't feel angry or mad whenever you're at the park.
No.
And how do you feel when you're at the park with your grandma?
Fun. It's always fun.
It's always fun. Well, how do you feel when you have to be with your mom?
Mad.
You feel mad. What is that? What does mad feel like in your body?
Like tingly, like prickly
Mm-hmm.
all over, and like my face gets real red, like I feel like sweating.
You feel sweaty.
Yeah.
And have you ever been able to stop it whenever you get angry, or do you just get really mad and
No, I just get really mad, and sometimes I do things that I'm not supposed to do.
and it's scary?
Like, I scare people, I'll throw things. Like, sometimes I scream at people.
And would you be interested in kind of wanting to learn about maybe some ways we could help you maybe stop that anger if you ever feel like it's coming on and you don't know what to do?
Yeah, because I hate it.
You don't like that part.
No, I don't like that.
It's not very fun. You want to always feel like it is when you go to the park with your grandma.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's some things we could do, and I have a really simple thing we could try, and it would just be taking some deep breaths and maybe counting backwards from 20 by twos. Have you learned to count by twos?
Mm-mm.
No?
Yeah. 2, 4,
Yeah.
6.
You're so smart for being 9. I'm very proud of you. So what we want to do is we would take a deep breath in and kind of pause.
And like, hold my breath.
No, you don't have to hold your breath. You can let it out. Does that feel better? But I want to, start, if we start at 20, and then we have to think really hard, because sometimes it can be hard to count backwards.
Is it okay if I close my eyes?
Yes, it's okay to close your eyes. So if you count backwards from 20, we have 20,
20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0.
Great job. You did that so fast, and I'm so proud of you for really picking up on that. And what we really are trying to do here is just stop you from thinking about this anger feeling that you're having. We want you to be able to think about these numbers and maybe kind of stay away from these angry feelings.
Yeah, I think that can really help me, because when I get so mad, it's like I can't think. And if I could sit there and just like focus on counting backwards, it really makes me think. And I think that could also calm me down.
Yeah, and it might be hard to think about those numbers and to count backwards, but if we could even count backwards from 10, we just want to try and stop you from thinking about these angry thoughts.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay. So I just kind of wanted to check in for a minute. How have you been using? Last session we talked about your doing that behavior when you get real mad, counting backwards.
Yeah, I got real mad last week.
You did. What happened?
My mom told me that she didn't want me to live with my grandma.
That would be frustrating when you get mad. So did you end up using your counting backwards?
I tried, and I got really mad, and I yelled, and then I kind of remembered what you said, so I took a deep breath in, and I wasn't able to count all the way down, but I did get to count some, so it kind of helped, yeah.
Did you feel less mad once you?
Yeah, I did.
So it seems like it really worked for you in a moment that you're really angry, and even though you couldn't do all of it, you still could remember it.
Yeah, I guess.
Do a section of it.
Mhm.
So you said that you were really mad at your mom because she said that she didn't want you living with your grandma.
Mhm.
Last session, whenever we were talking about when you get mad with your mom, sometimes you hear like a whisper noise. Did that happen?
Yeah.
It did.
Mhm.
What happened?
My mom was yelling at me, and I just kept hearing this voice, and then it makes me even more angry, and I don't know.
What does the voice sound like?
It sounds like this little guy, and then he gets really mad.
Where do you think that's coming from?
I don't know. I don't know. Like my mom, I don't know. My mom makes me mad, and I don't know.
What does he say to you?
He's like, your mom is a bad person. You should kill her.
So he wants you to hurt your mom. Do you ever think about hurting your mom? Yeah. Do you feel like hurting your mom right now?
No, because she's not here, so I'm not really as mad at her right now.
But if you were around your mom, would you have the feelings to hurt her?
I don't know. Maybe. No, not unless like the voice is telling me.
So how long have you been hearing this kind of whispering guy in your ear?
I don't know, for a long time.
What is a long time? How old are you now?
I'm 9.
9. So what's a long time?
I don't know. Ever since I can remember, like, I guess whenever my mom started really doing a lot of drugs and like Jesus moved in, it got really bad. The voice just always kept coming more and more.
So whenever you hear these voices, how are you feeling?
I feel mad, and I feel angry, and my body is really mad. I feel
What does your body feel? What does that look like?
My body feels like mad, like it wants to punch somebody.
So when your body feels mad, like, are you like tight or like sitting back?
It's like all in my fist and my stomach, and I just feel really angry, like I want to throw things and yell, and I don't.
Can you stop this? Can you like make him go away?
I don't know how to make him go away. I mean, sometimes he just goes away, but that doesn't happen that much. He just stays there.
That's really hard to live with
somebody whispering in your ear. It must be really confusing.
Yeah, it is. It's hard at school.
Well, would you be interested in maybe trying to do some work to kind of make the voices, to deal with the voices?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
So, Katie, I know we've been talking about some difficult things these past few sessions, and I wanted to know if you were to wake up tomorrow and it was going to be like a miracle day, like your perfect day, what would it look like? We've been talking about these voices and how upset you've been and angry you've been. So I want you to have the opportunity to tell me what a perfect day would look like for you.
Well, I guess my grandma would buy me way more stuff because she doesn't buy me enough stuff now. And I wouldn't have to see my mom, and she wouldn't get on my nerves, and I wouldn't have to see Kristen anymore, and I could go to the park all day, listen to music all day, and I wouldn't have to hear the voices anymore.
Okay, good. And I actually, when you were saying that, you mentioned music and also being outside. And I'm wondering would you feel comfortable maybe using some of those things to help you get through days when you're not feeling so good, or when you're upset or angry with your mom?
I guess I could.
Okay. Like, you mentioned music. Does music help you relax?
Yeah, it really makes me just get away from everything, and I'm just in my happy place.
Okay. So, do you think maybe when you're starting to get really angry and really frustrated, and those voices are kind of all in your head all at once, and you're feeling overwhelmed, do you think that maybe tuning in and listening to your iPod would help?
Yeah, I think it would help.
Okay. And you also mentioned, being with your grandma helps. What are some things that she does that make you happy?
Well, she buys me stuff, and she tells me I'm her favorite grandchild, and we just hang out.
Okay, and you just hang out. So you enjoy her company. She's comforting to you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. And you have also mentioned a lot of anger towards your mom, right? So when your mom kind of goes in and out on, maybe a weekly basis, we have a technique that's like a humming technique, and this could also control the voices in your head too, or help kind of, get them away from being inside your head. And I wonder if that would help because you enjoy music as well. Do you want to practice a humming technique?
So we can hum right now?
Yeah. Okay, you're down for that? All right. Okay, good, Katie. So it's going like this. Does that make you feel kind of more calm?
A little bit.
Little bit. Hey, and a little bit sometimes can go a long way. So I'm thinking if you could practice some of these things outside of our session today, maybe you'll find that you're in your happier place.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. Can I hum Beyonce?
You could definitely hum Beyonce. And that's your favorite. Is that your favorite singer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love Beyonce.
Okay. So yeah, hum what you like, and hum things that make you happy is really the goal, I think. Because it sounds like you've been experiencing a lot of frustration. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think it'd be great if you were humming or listening to things that make you happy. That's the goal of today. And to wrap up, I also want to go back to also school, what you're doing in school, and you mentioned that you do like school, right?
Mm-hmm. I get good grades.
Oh, okay. So that's amazing, Katie, and I'm very proud of you for that, and that will take you a long way in life too. So it's great that you're channeling that energy for to school. And is there anything else that you think could make you feel better
I don't know. I guess just spending more time with my grandma.
Just spending more time with your grandma. And are you, do you feel like you're accomplishing that goal by living with her?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think this session, just going back and summarizing, we came up with some strategies for you to deal with your anger and your frustration and hearing these voices in your head kind of telling you to harm someone else. And if you could maybe use those things in your everyday life, that would help. Think that would work?
Yeah, I think it could help.
Okay. Next session, we'll make sure to revisit that and see how you felt doing that.